Hello everyone, welcome to the second lecture of Concept Clarity Series 2026. In this series, we are covering your NABARD Grade A ARD syllabus one by one. Okay, and today's session we are going to cover the branches of agriculture. This is very important part of your syllabus. It is really easy, and every year you can expect one question on this. Okay, so let's start with the first branch of agriculture, that is agronomy. Okay, so the agronomy is Greek origin word with agros meaning field and nomos meaning management. Okay, so it is what? It is the science of field management, right? So agronomy is a branch of agriculture science that deals with principles and practices of soil, water and crop management. It focuses on large scale cultivation of the field crops like wheat, rice, cotton, etc. Their planting, their harvesting, the insect pest management, everything. Okay, so crop management, water management and soil management comes in the agronomy. It is an integrated and applied science that integrates biological principle, physical principle and chemical principle to improve efficiency and sustainability of food and fiber production. And remember, the father of agronomy is Pietre de Crescenzi. Okay, so that's it. Agronomy is the science of field management. So next is the horticulture. It is a science and art of garden crops. The origin is Latin, hortus meaning garden and culture means cultivation. So it integrates science and art of cultivation, improving and managing the high value garden crop. This includes fruit, vegetable, flowers and various ornamental plants. And this is a specialized field which often focuses on intensive cultivation methods on a smaller scale rather than traditional field agriculture which focuses on the large scale cultivation of field crops. Okay, so yes, we have different branches of horticulture. First is pomology. It is about the fruit science, right? Fruit and nut crops. Then olericulture, it is about the vegetable cultivation, vegetable science, growing, managing, marketing vegetable crops. You will get confused between oleri and arbori, so please pay attention. Okay, then flora is flower, right? So it is about the flowering and also about the ornamental plants. Remember, flowering plus ornamental plants, and which includes the roses, orchid, lilies, etc., right? Then the landscape horticulture, it is about designing, planning, maintaining outdoor spaces, parks, home gardens and green belt. It is like architecturing a garden, right? So you will place this fountain where, how you are going to attain the symmetry, what kind of trees or shrubs you are going to choose, the coloring pattern, their size, shape, etc. It will all come under the landscape horticulture. Then arboriculture is about the study, care and management of individual tree. This is the key word. Please remember, you are taking care, managing and studying single tree. Okay, it can be tree, shrub or woody plant, right? Then the plantation crops, these are the large scale commercial cultivation of perennial crops. These are two keywords, commercial and perennial crop. It can be coconut, can be tea, coffee, etc., right? These are perennial, long term, right, for mainly commercial purpose. Then spices and condiments, we know. Then medicinal and aromatic plants, they're cultivating plants for therapeutic use, etc., right? It can be aloe vera, then ashwagandha, lemongrass, mint, etc., right? And then the post harvest technology, it is handling, packaging, processing and preservation of crops after harvest to extend the shelf life, right? We know these fruits, flowers, vegetables have high amount of moisture level. They have a high amount of respiration rate. They have this tender skin. If they are not handled properly, they are going to rot and they will be not fit for the consumption and not fit for the export and sell in the market. That's why we want to sort them, we want to package them, and we will do different processing methods, and they will be preserved for the longer period due to all this post harvest technology, right? Then the viticulture and oenology, here the viticulture is about cultivation of grapes. It is just cultivation. Culture is cultivation, right? But oenology is about wine making from the grapes. So remember, when it is culture, it is grapes cultivation, but enology or whatever its pronunciation is, it's specifically about the wine making from the grapes. Okay, so yes, and the last one is nursery and greenhouse cultivation technology. So here it is about focusing on plant propagation and growing material in controlled environment. In protected, it is called as a protected cultivation. You will have control over humidity, temperature, different sunlight. Okay, so yes, it is controlled cultivation of different plants using greenhouse, polyhouse, shed net, etc. Okay, so yes, this is about the horticulture. Next is the animal husbandry. So it is a branch of agriculture that is concerned with the scientific breeding, feeding, and the care of a farm animals to improve their productivity and quality, right? It involves a controlled raising of domestic animals like cattle, buffalo, sheep and goat, pig, poultry, and even some draught animals, right? For what purpose? For milk purpose, and meat purpose, fiber, that is wool, then egg purpose, and the, as I said, labor or draught purpose for different like transportation and ploughing. So yes, this animal husbandry plays important role in rural economic contribution because it acts as a primary or secondary source of income. And again, the regular income, not like a crop production which has a 3 to 4 month of waiting period after investment, right? It provides income weekly, even after 15 days. And the employment generation, yes, it plays important role. Around 28 million people receive employment from this livelihood and from this livestock sector, and it has a special role to play in the woman empowerment because millions of rural women are involved in animal care and management. So yes, next is the fishery science. In that you have to remember aquaculture, pisciculture, and mariculture. So aquaculture is about controlled cultivation of all aquatic organisms. It can be fish, mollusks, crustaceans, or even plants. So it is like an umbrella term, remember. So yes, the rearing and harvesting can be in freshwater, brackish water, or even marine environment. But the pisciculture and mariculture are a specific. Okay, so yes, pisciculture is a only fish farming. It is concerned only with the fishes. It is a controlled breeding, rearing, and transplantation of fish, specifically in mostly the artificial ponds. Okay, so they are raised in the artificial environment like a tanks and ponds, and for commercial or it can be a domestic use. And the mariculture is about the marine aquaculture. Okay, marine, right? So the name is only suggesting. So cultivation of a marine organisms in seawater or a salt water. It can be in an open sea or in the coastal waters or in the sea water tanks. So what kind of fishes or what kind of aquatic animals are involved? It can be farm, fin fish, shellfish, or even seaweed. Okay, so the seawater or saltwater fishes, seaweeds, and some shellfish are involved in this. So what is important? Marine word is important in mariculture. Next is the agriculture extension. So remember, it is a non-formal educational process which which act or does the dissemination of knowledge, technology, and innovations. Okay, through various communication channels like radio, workshops, smartphones. There are different methods. We will see them in extension. So yes, it is what? It is a bridge between labs to fields. Okay, so and the extension worker is a link between the research institute, the researchers, and the farmers. It disseminates the knowledge from the labs to the fields. In it is they're going to comprehend, make it easy to understand for the farmers, and again they're going to relay back the issues of farmers back to the researchers, right? So it is creating like a loop structure. What is the goal of extension? It is to induce voluntary behavioral change. Remember, we don't want to force them to change. It will be voluntary behavioral change to improve productivity, sustainability, and rural livelihood. And the agriculture engineering is application of agriculture principles to production, processing, and management of farms. And yes, agriculture engineering design and develop machinery, irrigation systems, and structure and processes to enhance farm efficiency and optimize the resource use. Okay, so yes, this is extension and engineering. Then we have plant pathology and entomology. So plant pathology is the scientific study of diseases in plant which are caused by different pathogens. It can be fungi, bacteria, viruses, and even the environmental conditions. Okay, so yes, it focuses on understanding infection mechanism, disease spread, and methods to manage and prevent the health issues in the plant. And entomology is all about insect. It can be beneficial insect or it can be harmful insect. So we are studying their biology, life cycle, and it covers their role as both beneficial organism, that is the honeybees like insect, and even the pests that are harmful for the crops. Okay, and again some small branches like nematodology. Here we are studying about the nematodes. You can see these are, they look like these under the microscope. Okay, these are the round worms which affect the plants. So yes, under the nematology we study nematodes. In apiculture we study honeybees. Okay, then in sericulture it is the commercial production of silk. We are studying the commercial production of silk, and under that we have different silk. Out of that 90% of the silk is mulberry. Okay, so the silkworms feed on the mulberry leaves. So the cultivation and studying of the mulberry, that is a field of silkworm, mulberry silkworm, is called as a moriculture. Remember, okay? So cultivation of mulberry is studied under moriculture, and the lac culture is the last one, that is rearing of lac insect for the resin, wax, and different industrial purposes. So yes, this is it about the branches of agriculture, which is very important topic for your NABARD prelim syllabus. Okay, so yes, these are some of the PYQs. Please try to attempt them and comment the answers in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next session.